Hey, everybody. Good evening, one and all. Welcome to the Amateur Dueling Dealers of Comic Art. Tonight is our 37th bout. It's going to be a good one, too. We've got two veterans of the show. We've got both Jordan Joanou and Michael Lovitz with us this evening. For those new to the show, the format is simple, structured like a prize fight. Two original comic art sellers will compete for your hard-earned cash, presenting comic art for sale that is either new to the market or priced to sell. So, it's going to be a good show. The seller with the most sales by the end of the show is crowned tonight's champion. During tonight's main event, there are 12 rounds of art for sale, with each seller bringing two artworks for sale per round. Artworks presented in rounds 1 through 4 will be priced $1,000 or less. Artworks in rounds 5 through 8 will be priced $2,000 or less, and anything goes in rounds 9 through 12. Each seller will be given 90 seconds per round to present their art for sale in rounds 1 through 8 and 2 minutes in rounds 9 and 10, 11, and 12. Viewers are encouraged to be a part of the show by engaging in friendly conversation in the YouTube chat. If you're watching on YouTube, please Hulk smash that like button, subscribe to this channel, and turn on notifications so that you never miss a single show on the CAF Plus channel. To claim an artwork you want to purchase this evening, type your claim in the chat in the following format: claim 1A-Jordan or claim 5B-Michael. In other words, the word claim followed by the round number and the letter A or B, and then the seller's first name. Each time a seller presents an artwork for sale, the exact claim phrase will be on the screen just above the art description. Try to claim an artwork for sale during the seller's live round, but if you miss that window, you can claim the artwork at any time during the rest of the show. You will be given one last chance at all unsold artwork during the recap, where the sellers are more open to wheel and deal if the duel is indeed a close one. Since this is the internet, there can be technical issues. When several people try to claim the same artwork at the same time, your browser may not order your chat in the same order that we see it here in the studio. Our view of the chat is ordered properly, and we will make the decision for whom has claimed the artwork. During a seller's live round, you may make an offer to them, but they are not required to respond, reply, acknowledge, or accept your offer. Be courteous and try to only message sellers who are currently in their live spotlight. After the show is over, be sure to contact either of our sellers if you've claimed any of their artworks. Let them know which artworks you've claimed. Please include your mailing address and your YouTube or Facebook handle. Let's get ready to wheel and deal. Oh boy. Hey guys.
Hey there, aloha.
Welcome
Howdy,
to the
Bill.
show. Both of you haven't been on in a while, but it's great to have you both back.
Yeah, thank you for having me back. I'm glad people haven't gotten sick of me yet.
Well,
And
it's
always fun to be here, up against a seasoned professional amateur dealer like Jordan.
Well,
exactly.
I was going to say I saw an email from Pachara Nostalgic. I think he dubbed you the connoisseur collector, Michael.
I missed that.
He doesn't
email.
have. I can make an announcement here officially that I will be launching with my husband. We're going to be launching a website sometime in the next couple of months under the actual name Steamboat Mikey.
Oh, fantastic!
Interesting.
Comic art or something, a different venture?
Comic art, as well as trading cards, comics, graphic novels, just basically all of the stuff I've collected over the years that's taking up way too much space in my basement. It's going to be find new homes. That's all we can do.
The website's the right way to go then. When is it going to launch exactly?
We're still working out some of those little nitty gritties. So, and I'll be reaching out to you, Bill, in advance, because I want to figure out how to link up stuff with the CAF so that when pieces are posted, they're posted here as well. And anyway, it should be hopefully sometime in June or July. That's
Okay.
the goal.
So this is your last bout as an amateur, then, officially.
I guess so.
Once you have a website, that's it.
Yeah.
There's no turning back after that. We all know that. And that is true. You know, Jordan, you've had at least 14 matches, I believe, on the channel. So it's hard to call you an amateur at this any longer. But you know, we can't call you a professional yet either because you don't have a website for it.
Right. So I'm a seasoned amateur, I guess we'll put it that way.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And I had a lot of fun with it. Yep. Well, that's what I meant. People still welcome me back, so I'm happy for that. And I want to give a shout out to my son, Bams. I think he's watching the show. He's actually deployed over in the country of Jordan right now. He's with the National Guard. There you go. So big shout out to Bams.
Wow. Is baby fat Bams?
No.
Someone who knows Bams.
That's his brother.
All right.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, there we go. And James Siegel wanted to point out that you have something behind the curtain, or is this you're not at your office tonight? You're at home.
No, I'm at home.
There's a difference.
Yeah. So that's nothing behind the curtain. It's just that I have a New York Times painting there, and the glare interferes with the streaming. So last time I did a show, I had to cover it up. So I did it in advance. So nothing behind the curtain. Sorry, guys.
You just ruined everybody's, wishful thinking about what they might get.
Actually,
Michael has no problem showing off, beautiful pieces behind him. I mean, there's a couple of together pieces back there. Can't make out the other ones, but are those permanent pieces on the wall, Michael?
For the most part, yes.
Yeah.
So
beautiful.
3 Sienkiewicz's and a couple Perez's.
That's a great full house right there.
Indeed. Before we get started, Jason wants to know: are there predetermined payment? There always is predetermined payment plans, but do you guys take time payments as well, if when necessary? I imagine.
Absolutely.
Well, speaking for myself, I have extended payment plans. I'm no exaggeration. Some of the pieces I go up to a year even. I am not in a hurry. I'm on a 3-year plan toward my retirement, so it makes it a lot easier to get some of these big grails. So nothing structured, anything from 3 months to 12 months out, depending on what you want to get. So yes. Perfect.
Let's see here. I got a coin flip to do here, and this is the only photograph I've got of you, Michael. We got to get.
Oh God.
I'm sorry. I asked you when I asked you for your email earlier. I should have asked for a more pleasant photograph, but that was man. So let's see here. We're gonna flip it so you get to determine who will go first. That's a slow motion flip, but it worked in Jordan's favor. So what do you think, Jordan? You want to go first or second?
I guess it stopped. Yeah. I'll go first. I'll rip the Band-Aid off and go first.
All right, that works for me. Move screens around here and get us started. But again, best of luck, gentlemen. Let's see, highlight that. All right, here we go. Now we can get the first slot in here for Jordan. And again, remember, everybody, there are 12 rounds today, so 24 artworks for each seller. And here's the first, starting off with 1A.
Yeah. So this is a title page from Swamp Thing Annual, #1 here. Here's the picture of the cover here. And I always like to give credit to, when I can, for the writers. This is Scott Snyder. He wrote the story, so really love his writing. He takes a great twist on all the characters here. So this is done back in 2012. It's very stylish. That's what I love about it. And I like how Poison Ivy is confronting Swamp Thing in this. I've always thought that there should always be a connection between Poison Ivy and Swamp Thing naturally, and you just don't see it a lot in the comic book. So it's good to see that Scott Snyder brought the two of them together. And the story is Secrets of the Dead, and basically Swamp Thing was gone in the rot world for a year, and when he comes back, he's being told that Abigail is dead, that he doesn't believe that. So it's a great title page for the story. This one here, we don't tell each other what pieces we bring in, but Michael mentioned about bringing large art. So this is my largest art that I have here. It's basically 14 by 21. It's an older 1972 piece, Star Trek, obviously. It's got a great signature from William Shatner. Got him to sign it when he was here at Honolulu Comic-Con back in 2017. And it is an original story. It's not a reprint. It's from the UK Storyline Publications. And just seeing some action of Spock. They're actually Spock saving Captain Kirk with his phasers when they landed on that one island. So, some large.
Always nice. And a Shatner signature as a bonus.
Yep. Almost worth it just for that, even.
All right, Michael. Let's see what you brought here for your first round.
Sure, and I just want to let everybody know that I have a calf gallery set up that has all the pieces that'll be on tonight's show that I will make live as the rounds are starting. So these first two pieces are now visible in that gallery. Anyway, I'm starting out today with a beautiful painted color by Tom Smith. It is the final page to the future whole Future Imperfect series, the very final page where Bruce pays homage to Rick Jones, places his ashes on Cap's shield and flings it into the distance. Really cool piece. This is the last of my single page colors, painted color art that I'm letting go. So I thought this would be a nice place to have it. Second for tonight, we've got this really cool, really beautiful Galactus Silver Surfer piece by Paul Pelletier, just in time for the Fantastic Four movie, since they're both going to be playing such a big role in it. And I just thought it's a really nice Galactus, but having it together with the Surfer there is just perfect, coming out of the palm of his hand, like in the origin sequences we've seen by other artists.
Is that on 11 by 17?
It is 11 by 17. That's correct. In pencil.
Very, very nice.
Holy hourglass, Batman! You ran out of time!
Yes, indeed. We don't get to play the Robin ones too often, so I figured I'd cue all those up tonight. Do something a little different. All right. Well, that's so no ice broken in round one. So we get to go over. Everybody that comes in new is going to be wondering about what's behind that. The cloth behind you, and let's just not say anything anymore about it. Let those who came in late keep guessing. But when you do come in late, hit the thumbs up, everybody. You know how Nick Brucci always tells everybody to hit the thumbs up. It helps us, helps all the shows that promote the comic cards over here on YouTube.
My wife was very mad at me, and she just joined the show. I see that she was so mad that I just covered it up. She said it looks hideous, but I had to do something real fast, and I didn't. It's so bolted. It's such a large piece. It's so bolted to the wall. I said I don't want to take it down for that. So everybody just forgive me. And before you start the round, Bill, I want to have a fun thing. This is the first piece in this round, and I'm showing everybody. It's like I wonder if anybody could guess who this artist is. This is drawn back in '89. So, Bill, if you want to start the clock, we can start it. But I'm telling you, when I first saw it, I was wrong. I guessed wrong when I first saw it. But Ron Lim, and he drew this character back in 1989. It's actually 11 by 14. I gave the wrong dimensions. It's not 9 by 12. It's 11 by 14. But it's 1989. It's a long and really old commission piece that he did. And I thought when I guessed, God, who did I guess when I saw this? But definitely not Ron Lim. He's not known for drawing DC and let alone the Joker. So it was a great take on him drawing Joker and the Laughing Fish. So that's kind of what drew my eye to get this piece. So again, it's a 11 by 14, and it's back in 1989. It was when Ron did this commission piece right there. So
it looks like Rich Donnelly guessed correct. He doesn't get it's
Rich
a no
did?
prize, of course. Yeah.
Oh, well, there you go.
He's got an eye for
I wouldn't have got that one. Yeah. This one is Lobo 13, and here's the cover of this issue here, and written by Alan Grant. Alan was the one who wrote that groundbreaking Lobo story. So Alan didn't create Lobo in Omega Man 3, but he wrote that Lobo #1 limited series that really changed Lobo's persona. Alan wrote that. This issue is the first drawn by Carl Critchlow, and I call Carl the poor man Simon Beasley. His styling is so very, very close to Simon. You can tell in those half panel shots of Lobo there. So just a very stylish page to get at a really good price point.
Man, I didn't make any sales.
I quit. Jordan-san, show me how you price. Price up, price down. No. Price up, price down. Price up, price down. I got it. I price up, but then price down. Thank you. No. Oh, ice. Always ice.
That was a good one.
Some of my favorites. Favorites.
I see you got Anthony's question answered in the chat, so that was nice. And Steve Lipsky's trying to get some work done with you, Michael, about coming to OAX next year and sharing a booth.
Yeah, no, Steve, I'll definitely reach out. It's just
you may end up having.
I can't join the chat for some reason.
Oh, you can't do anything it won't let you post. I think you have to log in somehow. That there's some kind of a login that lets you post to the chat from within here. If it doesn't,
figure it out during Jordan's next round.
All right. We'll get round 2 going here for you, and let's see if we can get the ice broken. So first up, Dave Sim.
We've got a conclave going on in Italy right now, and so I thought, what better time to bring out Pope Cerebus? This is a really cool sketch by Dave Sim of Cerebus from one of the most memorable parts of the entire 300-issue run, the whole church and state sequence. So really cool, lots of fun. This is from I believe from the 90s. It's not dated, but I've had it long enough that I know it goes back to the 90s. Just really nice piece and certainly timely. So anyway, I thought that would be fun. My second piece for this round, it seems that trading cards are very popular, and so
they are.
I brought out a trading card piece, and it finally was a piece that I was able to research and figure out where it came from. And there you see the Fleer Skybox Batman series. This Nightwing is done fully in pencil by Chris Batista. It's really beautiful. It was from that 3D Holo Series card that they had done in 1996. So very, very neat piece. I thought this could be a fun one to bring out tonight without having to, break the bank with the way some of these trading cards are going. I just bought some trading card art, and they were a couple thousand a painting. So very reasonable way to get into that.
And this is on a special DC trading card stock too, I see.
Exactly.
I'm not familiar with. I don't think I've seen that before, but I mean, I guess I haven't poked around calf trading card art, but that's cool.
Yeah.
All right, that is round 2 in the books. Ice still not broken, and do I have a ice breaking meme? I don't think I do. Surprisingly, I was looking through the show. Yeah, right. You got to earn one, but no, there's got to be one in there. I know you've done a few in the past, Jordan. There's got to be something, but I'm not sure if I loaded anything. Well, we'll find out. All right, round 3. Back over to you, and here's the first one.
Yeah. So Electra Diodato art. This is the issue this one came from here, Electra number 9, penciled and inked by Mike Diodato way back in 1997. It's the first appearance of those characters called the Four Winds. It's a ninja sect that she's basically protecting somebody from them. I just, Mike Diodato is great. I just love his use of negative space in that top panel. I love when an artist can do that. I've always been fascinated by that style. I think the real winner there is this bottom panel of Electra. That's a classic shot of her there. And getting the art piece is almost worth it just for that panel alone. Again, it's the story is called Four Strong Winds, and Electra again is trying to save somebody from this ninjas that are coming to town.
That's a nice page.
Next one here is it's Howard Porter. It's Amalgam Universe. It's original art from there. Basically, it's JLX's Justice League X-Men. Here's the cover of that issue from here. Written by Mark Waid. Howard did this in 1996. If you look at the roll call on this page alone, you've got the Sentinels. You've got William Magnus, which is Magneto's brother. You got Night Creeper down below there. It's the first appearance of Runaway, she's half rogue, half gypsy. You've got the first appearance of Mercury, which is he's half Quicksilver, half Impulse on this page. Just it's called A League of Their Own, Amalgam Universe.
Very nice. There's some amalgam collectors out there that I am aware of. They always hit me up and ask me if there's anything out there that I've ever seen, because there's just not a lot of that material out there.
Yeah, that's going on 30 years old, and you know, I remember when those hit the stands and just being in awe of the issues and loving the combinations, and I hope they do it again. You know, they teased us. They did first and second series back to back, but nothing after that. So hopefully they do.
Well, we shall see. Now we are in round 3. I know it says round 2 up there, but here we go. I've sent a text to the production studio. Round 3. Now, and you have a twofer in this round. It's the second piece, Michael. So let's take a look at the first one, though. That's by Neil Adams.
Yes, a really cool, really old, so classic Neil Adams character design. He had come up with a character called Captain Comet, Man of the Future, not to be confused with any of DC characters by similar names. But I just thought this was really neat to be able to pick up a piece where not only do you have the illustration by Neil when he's designing the character, but also the description with some crossouts and changes and alterations. So again, really cool piece that I picked up many years ago. I just thought this was so fun and so neat, and giving you that little behind the scenes look that you don't normally get. The second, I have a couple of lovely Perez pieces. So we've got Deathstroke and Nightwing, appropriate foes. So I thought this was an appropriate pairing. This gives us both a full figure gray tone done with Deathstroke, and a nice torso headshot for Nightwing. For any collectors out there who don't have a lot of DC or any DC Perez, here's a great chance to put some into your collection. These are really nice vintage pieces for, let's see, 2017 and 2008. So almost 20 years old on the Nightwing. Once again, out on the prowl for comic art buyers. Please don't leave me hanging out in the cold.
There we go. That's an oldie but a goodie. That's from the first time you were on the show, Michael.
That's right.
Didn't even see your lips move on that. That was just amazing.
Yeah, I think we got a few more of those statue memes to queue up here. But Brian Bailey says you can never go wrong with Fred. Oh, we just lost.
No, go into it. Oh,
yeah, no, Michael's internet connection just dropped or something. He has left the building.
Well, the show must go on, but we'll definitely.
He's back.
Get him back in. There you go.
All right.
Yeah.
I
was going to say I love low tech memes. If you look, all my memes are always low tech because I just have more fun with it versus trying to interweave a photo or a CGI kind of a thing. So, and I guess for us seasoned people, we grew up with that stop motion low tech anyway. So
yeah, ketchup packets for blood, all that kind of fun stuff.
Yeah. Yes, that's true.
All right, Carlos Mo, he did not forfeit. He just left the studio for a moment. He's back. He is back.
You know, I clicked the log in button and it
logged you out. Oh boy. See, Anthony's razzing you in the chat. He's like, if I bought those from you, who would I sell them to? There's tons of Perez fans out there, Anthony. Come on, that Deathstroke was beautiful. Gray tones like that. There's not enough of those pieces out there by George. All right, moving on to round 4. What do we got here from Jordan? First up, Wolverine First Class page.
Yeah, here's the cover. It's from this comic issue here, drawn by Clayton Henry back in 2008. The top panel, it's a retelling of that origin from Hulk 181, that battle scene from there. And what really makes this, even more worthwhile besides the art, so you got that fight scene up there. But, I just love the fact that it's also signed by the original creators, Len Wein and Herb Trimpe. And it was great to get them to sign this art piece because of this homage back to Hulk 181 there. So you got great art. Clayton Henry, he did it all. He did the penciling and the inking on this. And then, again, nice wrap up of the original creators who have signed this as well. So Wolverine's on basically a flashback tale when he was with Alpha Flight. This one here, it's Lobo, Deadman, Brave and the Bold. Here's that cover. I love that cover there. Gosh, I would love to get that cover in itself there. Again, written by Alan Grant, who wrote that groundbreaking Lobo limited series. Penciled and inked by Martin Eamon back in 1995. And it's just, you see Lobo at his trademark over-the-top behavior. He's actually belittling Deadman here. He accepts a contract to capture Deadman and bring him to Apocalypse for Darkseid to learn the secret to anti-life. But it's just, I love the moody tones in this, and some great images of Lobo there.
It is a very nice page.
Jordan-san, to be good seller, you must catch art page with chopsticks.
Have you ever caught one?
No.
Mr. Miyagi, I caught one.
Beginner's luck.
Got to involve the whole family on those.
It tickles me to see all the old memes again. We started this in 2021, so 4 years now. Bill had asked me to film some new ones, and we were going to. I had my idea being the theme from our show is something for everyone. I don't think we kind of promoted that. So I had in my head like a used car salesman, bargain bill was what I'm going to call myself.
Bargain bill.
Yeah, and I had some memes in mind, but we had a family thing that we had to deal with, so we weren't able to film them this time. But hopefully, if I'm back again, I'll turn those ideas into some fun memes again.
That sounds good. And Marcus, you may get your wish. You never know.
In the meantime, I spent part of this afternoon rewriting some of the lyrics to "I Like Big Butts" to being "I Like Big Art." So I was going to film a meme for that, but I ran out of time. Sorry.
I understand. Well, let's see what you brought for round 4, Michael.
Absolutely. So with the MCU finally hitting on all cylinders once again, I just thought it would be really cool to bring out a nice Wonder Man piece, or two. And this is my Wonder Man round, since we've got the Wonder Man TV show coming in the near future. This is a really cool, basically 3/4 splash with Wonder Man flying the Beast away as they've landed in Los Angeles, and takes the convertible with him. Again, beautiful art by Mark Bagley and Greg Adams, and fun from the first issue of this Avengers 2 miniseries with Wonder Man and the Beast taking the main roles in the series. So I thought that would be lots of fun. And then I decided to bring out a page from issue 1 of Wonder Man by the really talented and wonderful Jeff Johnson, who did such a great job with that title. Here's Wonder Man's just finishing up his battle with Goliath, who then becomes Atlas in Thunderbolts soon after, a few years after. And I just thought this was a really fun way to bring some Wonder Man into the show, give people an opportunity to pick up something from a first issue, especially since I know Jordan likes to bring things like first issue and first appearance stuff. So I decided to bring some as well. So here's some first issue. There'll be some first appearance stuff later on in the show.
And love the Austin inks on that one too. I mean, you can just tell Austin's work over pretty much anybody, but that just adds something special to that page.
Simon Williams has great range as an actor. Here's Strong and Silent. And here's Pissed Off That I'm Not Selling Enough Artwork.
And did Marcus get a preview of what you had for sale? Because he literally said that right before. I mean, he's 5 seconds in the past, and it came up before you put the art up. I don't know how he did that.
Maybe he looked at my gallery. Who knows?
I'm starting to wonder.
Oh,
Yeah, maybe that's what it is.
uh, and I'm glad I'm so transparent for Michael. He says how Jordan likes to bring first series, and I'm glad people can read me like a book for that. So
You have a type there, Jordan. I
Well,
mean, and
and
that's great. That's one of the things we love about watching your shows.
yeah, well, thank you. And again, I honestly, when we're curating pages, which I speak for myself, I'm sure for you, Mike, that's the hardest thing getting ready for these shows, picking pages to sell, right? And these are coming from our collections. And I feel obligated. I should bring some first appearance pages since I covet them so much. You know, it's good to just, feed the cycle. And, if I hunt for them, why not make them available as well? So yes, I have some.
That is true, and I did forget to point out Anthony's his offer that he threw a little bit earlier. He was offering you $650, Michael, on the pair of Perez pieces, and he says something about with the piece I just sent you. So I'm not sure what that means. But I'm assuming you know what that might mean.
Yes, I received in the mail something that just I was like, my first response after opening it, and I hadn't had a chance to text Anthony, was thank you. It looked like a little bit of erotic artwork that he sent over,
all
a
right.
small piece, so, which was very kind of him. I just Anthony, I would counter at $750.
All right, Anthony. So the asking price was $900. You had a $650. We're going back at $750, and that was on the 3B pair of artworks from Michael, if he remembers that. And then what was the other one? I saw Marcus with his. He had another offer in there too. What was that? He said he was offering you $450 on the Austin inked Johnson page of Wonder Man, and you had $800 on that one.
That's a heck of a discount. I would do $650.
All right. So thank you for the offer, Marcus, but it'll be $650 back to you on that one, and $750 on Anthony. He's thinking about it. All right. Let's see here. So round 5. Let's get this thing started.
Before we start, Steve Crow just sent me an offer.
Oh, did I miss that? Oh, I'm sorry. Yep, there it is.
Senior Cross and Lobo. And, I'm motivated to break the ice, so I'm going to say I'm going to accept Steve's offer. So, yes.
And that was on 4B, correct?
The Lobo. Mm-hmm.
Yep, the Lobo by...
Critchlow.
Yep, got it.
Mm-hmm.
Jordan-san, focus your power. Strike hard. Strike harder. Thank you for breaking the ice.
All right, so it wasn't 4B, it was 2B. I'm sorry. Yes.
2B.
I was writing it wrong down here on the sheet. Very good. Thank you, Steve Crow.
Yeah,
we appreciate that. And we did have him break the ice. And the dog's even happy.
He helping break the ice.
So it looks like there's 2 pending offers on the 2 Perez pieces.
I saw that too. I saw William came in ahead of Anthony at $700 on the pair.
And I'm not sure I understand what Anthony means at 700 with trade. I don't know what that's supposed to mean.
Yeah.
I don't either. But you had countered Anthony.
But I would say whichever of the 2 wants to come to 725 first gets it.
There you go. First that confirmed 725. We'll pick that one up.
Yep.
Yeah, that's a fair way to do it.
And Tony, just to be clear, the Eamon Lobo is still available. It was for the Critchlow Lobo that we made the deal. So the other one is still available.
Correct.
Yep.
All right. So William has come in before Anthony at 725, confirming that the pair of Perez's, that was the 3B artwork from Michael, and 725.
Great.
All right. Very good. Thank you, William.
Thank you.
Moving right along. Let me highlight and remove. Okay. Anthony, there's more art for you. Don't worry. Don't let that discourage you. We have a few other things to look at here. Okay, let me get the next piece up here. So Jordan, over to you.
Round 5, yeah.
Round 5.
And then, Marcus asked if there's any Sentry. This is my Sentry piece here. It's from this Mighty Avengers 14, penciled by Koi Pham and inked by Danny Meeke. And I personally think Danny is one of the premier inkers out there back in 2008. And it's basically, you can really feel Sentry's pain and his anguish. I love the minimalism in this. I remember getting this and just, I got this for the art side of art, not the historic side of art. But the story's called Story, and basically the scrolls are disguised as Void. They convince Sentry that it's his fault. He caused a secret invasion, and the only way to stop it is to kill himself. So it just pushes him further into his despair. But it's, again, as an art, we're comic fans and art fans, and it's just the you can actually just feel the emotion on the page, and that's honestly why I got it. And I even hesitated to put it into today's show, but it's something obviously relevant with Sentry, so I figured it might get some attention. In terms of relevancy, and Hit Monkey is the next one. And it's from this issue here, 3, written by Daniel Way, drawn by Dalibor back in 2010. It's the historic finale end page of the miniseries. It's actually where Hit Monkey is named too, as well. So it's at the very bottom there. He's being forever known, and I have an overlay with the wording on it. So there's an overlay with the wording. But at the end there, he's being forever known as Hit Monkey. So it's just coming to life as that character, because in the origin he's still that wild monkey, and it's just that wild monkey being trained up until this point.
I have not read Hit Monkey. I hate to say it.
You don't have to hate it. You have to saying it. It's not. I remember when I saw the character, I laughed my ass off first, and then fell in love with the character. Hit Monkey just works for me.
All right, so that one's $17.95 and 5B. All right, back over to you, Michael. Let's see what you brought for your...
Just because there was that question about Sentry, I do have a piece with Sentry but that's not till round 7. So
there you go.
And I used to own a page from issue 1 by Jay Lee back in the day and sold it.
Nice.
And I had like the cover to issue 3. It was like the one with Spider-Man on a gargoyle with Sentry too. Yeah, that was a fun series when it came out. All right, what do we got?
I guess.
Here?
Well, do you want to deal with Jordan's offer or no?
Oh, I'm sorry. You know what? I'm not on that screen, so I keep switching around. All right, let me highlight that one. But thank you, Michael.
Yeah. Matthew, I actually had targeted $14.95. So if you just want to make it $14.95 for the Hit Monkey, it'll work for both of us there.
All right, Matthew. Thank you for the $14.50 offer. Sold at $14.95. Perfect.
Thank you.
And I have no idea where those are at today, Jason. Honestly, I have no clue. But congrats to Mr. Ballmer picking up another piece here on the channel.
Thank you. Mahalo.
All
right, Michael. Now we teased your first piece for round 5, and here we go. Back to back.
Here is my Bagley cover. And an affordable Bagley cover piece for this show. There's another Bagley cover that's much more expensive towards the very end. But this was from the Heroes Reborn series that was done a few years ago by Marvel when they were trying during Jason Aaron's run to deal with the Squadron Supreme and bringing them back into the Marvel mainstream to a degree. So we have Speed Demon, beautiful cover. This was actually 1/9 of the cover, the cover grouping that Bagley did. He did 9 separate covers, so this was one of the 9, almost like a trading card, and very reasonably priced, $1,200. Where are you going to find a Bagley cover for under 15, let alone under 2, under 5. If you go to Spencer's site, they're kind of expensive. Anyway, next we have a beautiful page, Stuart and Monin, from Dan Slott's run on Amazing Spider-Man. This is just post Superior Spider-Man, and here, in fact, Peter is fighting the Superior Doc Ock as he's been resurrected. So kind of fun Spider-Man versus Superior Spider-Man scene here. Beautifully done, great fight scene, and something that I wrestled with parting with, but I thought it'd be nice to bring a really good Spider-Man fight scene and bringing in the whole Superior Spider-Man element into it. I thought that makes this a no-brainer. This would be the piece to bring for this show. So I got extra time, which was lovely. So yes, two beautiful pieces, two beautiful artists, two wonderful additions to someone's collection, should they want them.
Yes, you got the full 2 minutes early on that one, Michael. But both those pages are fantastic, especially the imminent piece. I like that one a lot.
Yeah, it's really, really cool piece.
All right, so that's our round 5 out of the way. Now we can go to round 6. The scores have not been updated yet, but Jordan is in the lead by there. See, I ask and I shall receive. There we go. All right, so Jordan, round 6. What do you got for 6A here?
I love this thing here. I got this straight from Jock, and it's actually 2 full-length pages that he drew, and he basically changed the middle panel. It's if you get this, you'll see in pencil he had a different image of Batman Who Laughs on there, and then basically drew this full page, and then they combined them two into the published page, which is this. So, I mean, talk about getting 2 for 1. It's great. I just love the styling on that in the first place. But it is historic first issue of Batman Who Laughs miniseries, and you just get the Batman Who Laughs planting an axe right into the Joker there. I won't give a spoiler alert. You'll find out a little bit more about that, obviously. It's called The Laughing House Part 1, and then this is when the Joker has to form an uneasy alliance with Batman to counter the Batman Who Laughs. So just 2 great art pieces in one there. Historic pages. If you can't get a first appearance, second appearance is the next best thing. And so what this page is from. It's from this issue, Stormwatch number 5, written by Warren Ellis, drawn by Brian Hitch, inks by Paul Neary back in 1998. And it's the second appearance of Midnighter. And Midnighter is he's in that top panel page as well as the middle one right there. So again, if you can't get a first appearance, the second appearance is the next best thing from there. And Midnighter and Apollo, they join Stormwatch 0, and that's what this issue is about. So basically, there's some great inking. Brian Hitch's art is great, and again,
man, I wish I had an original art kit like Dino's, not just my bathroom. I need a place where I can get lost in all my art. Maybe if you're so for art, you could get one.
That's a sad meme.
that was my
Jordan, that Batman Who Laughs reminded me of this that I had picked up, where same type of thing, where these are the panels that fit into the 2 blanks here. So 1 page of printed art to 2 actual pages of art. I agree with you. It's always cool to get 2 pages that become 1.
Yeah. I mean, you're getting double the work from the artist, but it's like seeing behind the scenes what went into making that 1 page. Yeah. So he didn't like that in it. So it's a light pencil panel of Batman Who Laughs with his chains, and instead drew this, the action shot of the axe killing there. So great combination.
Doesn't everybody have art or comic art in their bathrooms? I don't know. I mean, I actually have what do I have in there? A Powerpuff Girl cover, so right above my throne. So anyway, there you have
it's funny. There's actually a few pieces in my collection which are bathroom humor art, but I have not yet put those actually in the bathroom. So,
but that was the intent, I'm sure.
Yeah, it probably makes sense. It makes sense. Yeah. Yep.
There you go. Mark Levy says he's got Jeff Jones in the guest bath. Okay. And Rich Cirillo has thrown out an offer here. That was $400 on the Neil Adams piece that I think you had $500 on that one. Was that right?
I absolutely, for Rich, absolutely. I'd be happy to do that.
All right. So that was your 3A, Michael, that you originally had at $500, going to Mr. Cirillo at $400. And Rich has a fair amount of pieces by Mr. Adams. So congrats, Rich.
I did not know that. So good. I'm glad it's going to the right collector.
Yeah, I'm sure he would say he doesn't have enough. But
Perez, there's never enough.
That's right. All right. Well, congrats, Rich. Go ahead and hide that one there. All right. So let me see here. Let me highlight that. Fix that over here. Okay. There we go.
Cool. So for round 6, for my first piece, this really great Jim Aparo Brave and the Bold page. Great action sequence, beautiful stuff involving the Creeper, and this bottom panel with Batman trying to dodge this barrage of paper-based cones that are going after him and the Creeper. But just beautiful, pure Aparo art, pencils and inks, really cool. And Batman Creeper was always fun as a team up. So this was really neat, and really the reason I'm parting with this is because I just arranged to pick up the splash page from this issue, which is super, super, super cool. Anyway, so I just thought this was really nice for my Aparo round. And then, well, I like big art, and I cannot lie. And here's the first of the oversized pieces that I have. This was from the DC Countdown series. Beautifully drawn by Ethan Van Sciver, and I'm not one to countenance people's politics necessarily. But the fact is, he did really wonderful art. This involved explaining how the Trickster and Pied Piper ended up getting locked together with handcuffs as part of the storyline. A lot of fun, beautifully done.
That's big art right there. Okay, now we got to get Michael's score updated, but yeah, Michael, you have you're in the 4 figures now.
Woo!
Yeah.
11 at 25.
I'll take it. I'm still behind, and I'm sure as Mike Berkey would say, I have no chance here against this seasoned amateur dueling dealer. So,
and I'm up against the connoisseur collector, so I guess I have no shot. Basically.
Yes. Marcus did have words of advice for you earlier, though, Michael. He did say it'll sell on the website. Now that you're going to have a website, you can actually say that and mean it.
Yeah, that's true. Get that going for you.
Mm-hmm. All right, round 7. Now we don't have a cake break. Nobody baked a cake at all. No.
And I didn't buy one this time either.
All right. Well,
we're never going to get the cake break at this pace, gentlemen. Let's go.
All right, that's Maureen telling us we're taking too much time. But last night, Gwen, I didn't know you could do this at home. Gwen actually made marshmallows, and they were like, with a
you can make marshmallows. I didn't know you could do that either.
Yeah,
of course.
One delivered to me at after round 8. I don't know, but they had fresh strawberries, kind of pureed into them. It had like a light sugar coating on the one side, and they looked like marshmallows, and they had the same consistency as the marshmallow we had them this morning. It was breakfast. I love it. I've got breakfast for the next 2 days, and they're marshmallows.
Breakfast of champions.
Mm-hmm. All right, round 7. Over to you, Jordan. So let's see what you got.
Whenever I show this, people immediately think it's Bruce Timm, and I thought so too when I got it. Here's the comic it's from, Batman Superman Adventures, World's Finest. So it is written by Paul Dini, who worked with Bruce Timm, and it's inked by Terry Beattie, but the artist is Joe Staton, and I wouldn't have guessed that either. But you can clearly see how they influenced him to draw like Bruce Timm, and it actually kind of works. I mean, if you look at the roll call on this, you've got Batman, you've got Superman, you got Harley Quinn, you've got the Joker, and you've got Lois Lane. And in this story, actually, Lois Lane falls in love with Batman. And this came out in 1997. So this is early on in Harley Quinn, her animated. It was just 3 years after her animated debut in Batman 12, Adventures 12, and before her DCU entry in that Batman Harley Quinn one-shot. So, it's an older piece of hers, and it just looks just like Bruce Timm art there. This one here, historic first issue here, Punisher #1. So if you're like me, this was badass when it came out on the stands. I remember, just Punisher, coming off that limited series. It's penciled, inked, and colored by Klaus Janson. So he did it all back in 1987. And again, getting a page from a historic issue kind of goes a long way as well. So Punisher's one-man war, and he's going up against more global crime in this series.
Yeah, it's a nice page right there. 37 years old. Okay.
Yeah.
We don't have any Punisher memes. That one of these days I should pick up a Punisher shirt and do something. There's got to be something on there. Mike would probably make a better Punisher voice though than I would, but he doesn't. He's not shaped right for that role.
Yeah.
All right, Michael. What do we got for round 7? We have.
We have the Sentry. We have this really, once again, I love big art. This really cool double-page spread from Mighty Avengers issue 10, and here we have Dr. Doom, Sentry, Iron Man, which kind of the MCU trifecta, or duality, given that Iron Man and Dr. Doom are the same actor. But I just pulled this out. This was really great. Sentry is losing it just a little bit as Doom and Iron Man are trying to get him back, get his head back in the right space so they can return to the correct time and place after being displaced by an explosion. So very cool, very big, lots of fun art. My next piece, again, MCU oriented. Here's another Galactus, but this time, Mike Kaluta. I mean, talk about a beauty. What a great rendition of Galactus. Fearsome, and just so cool, with reference to his origins here prior to becoming Galactus. And this was from a series called Chaos War, and it was a one-shot as part of that event, that Marvel event called Chaos War, Chaos King. But again, Mike Kaluta, beautiful, beautiful Galactus Silver Surfer piece. It's just gorgeous how beautifully Kaluta does work. It's just love it, love it, love it.
I am getting seriously destroyed. What's wrong with you people? Buy something. Buy something.
Oldie but a goodie.
Yeah, definitely. But this is beautiful. I had no idea that Kaluta ever drew Galactus. I'm not familiar with the Chaos War story, but boy, that's a pretty incredible page. I mean,
are you allowed to buy, Bill? Is this something? I mean,
I'm just shocked. This when I think of Kaluta, first things, I don't even think anything Marvel, right? I mean, I think DC first.
Yeah.
I think horror and
Vertigo.
Yeah.
Well,
Exactly.
the only Marvel stuff I think of is the Conan covers he had done.
Oh,
The
that's
King
true.
Conan covers. Yeah.
But that fits still. I mean, I could see that. But I mean, look at it. He could have drawn a lot of Galactus, and I would have been really happy. Look at that thing. That's insane.
It's funny that you said can build, because I honestly, in the audience, I'd be going after that page too, because I love it. Again, it's not what Kaluta is known for. It's not in the wheelhouse. That kind of makes it more special to me. That it stands
absolutely. That's the reason I snagged it when I saw it. I was like, this is just too cool.
Yeah. You're not going to see a page like that again. But yeah, Jason wanted to know if I called Mike fat because I said he couldn't play Punisher, and no, he's not. No, I said he wasn't shaped right. I didn't call him fat.
He's not tall enough.
He's not tall enough, exactly. He grew another foot and thinned out a little bit. It'd be perfect. So, Rick did mention that I probably couldn't do it because of the whole skull thing. But I think I can wear skulls, but I just can't hang skull art on the walls. So, all right. we are moving on to round 8, and Jordan, you get to lead us off again. So let me pull up your 8K here, and we have a. Oh, go for it.
So speaking of Silver Surfer and somebody who is known for it, outside of John Buscema, you've got Ron Lim. I think he stands out as the premier Silver Surfer artist. I remember I got this commission from Ron Lim, and he just drew Surfer on his board, Soaring. And then I got James Pascoe to add to it. And I said, you know what, I just told him, how about if he's searching through New York for Thanos kind of a deal? And James just blew me away when he drew the cityscape to complement this commission. It really flows well. The perspective on the New York cityscape and the skyscrapers just flows so well with the commission. So again, it's Ron Lim who does Silver Surfer, and then James Pascoe who does the cityscape. Really, again, complements the whole piece there. And continuing with Silver Surfer here. This is Secret Wars Battle World number 4. Here's the cover of this issue that it comes from. And this one is written, penciled, inked, and colored by James Stokoe. Just a really detailed artist. He's very eclectic, I think. He did this in 2015. But just the styling on this, it's an Otherworld's tale. It's a reimagining of Silver Surfer. It's basically... you got these great images of Silver Surfer. I love that one on the top there on his board. He's actually killing, that's Fin Fang Foom. That's the version of Fin Fang Foom in this story. He's killing Fin Fang Foom for Galactus to bring it to him.
That's a very nice page, too. I like Stokoe's work.
Yeah. Great detail he puts into his work.
All right, and I have stuff to show after round 8. I've got some marshmallow treats.
Nice.
That I can't share with anybody, but that's what it's like when you watch Anthony and Sharon do their thing too.
Yeah.
All right, Michael. Round 8 over to you, and we start off with a piece by Joe Phillips.
Yes, who you just had on over the weekend.
Exactly.
Joe's one of my favorite artists. Anyway, this is a first appearance. Sorry, Jordan. Taking it from you, a page out of your book. First appearance of Janice Veld, Captain Marvel's son, who goes on to become the new Captain Marvel that had 3 different comic series under Peter David, and has joined the Thunderbolts at one point, was in that wonderful Avengers Forever series. So this annual was a first appearance. This year, when this annual came out, Marvel did a slew of introductions of new characters, and I think this is one of the few that actually stuck. You even get an appearance of the original Captain Marvel, although it's not really him. It's just a light show, essentially. Second, I've got a page from What If, and it's got the invaders. It was what if the invaders kept fighting after World War II, and here you see this really memorable, historic panel, the Enola Gay dropping the atomic bomb in Japan, leading to the end of the war. And then here we find out that the president wants everyone to stay together as a team and keep going. So this is from the very first series of What If, and just a beautiful Frank Springer page, who did so many great issues of the Invaders title itself.
So true. Yeah, that's a pretty cool page. Jason, I don't believe we have any second series What If tonight.
I didn't bring any.
Nor did I. Sorry.
There we go. So that's a pre-tease of things we're not bringing in round 9. But it is at the end of round 8, and I do let's see. Let me go to the screen here with me. So, like I said, Gwen made these. I know she didn't make them round. We didn't cut them round because we put them in they were done in a pan, so you can see. But I swear to you, like these, there's a consistency to them that is pure marshmallow like, and again, powder, like there's some sugar on top, but strawberry filling, and they're delicious.
Sounds delicious.
Unlike Anthony, I am not afraid to bite it. There we go. Look at that thing. This thing is delicious, man. So, thank you, Gwen. There's my breakfast for my late night snack too.
Well, now you can just bring a tray of them to OAX next year.
Or
We can all
Gwen
enjoy
can,
them.
Good idea.
she can set up a stand and sell those, right? Just like a lemonade stand. You imagine she'll sell out without a doubt. So
Oh yeah, no, actually really good.
yeah,
I mean, and you know, I'm used to eating like Mike and Ike's and candy that is definitely not good for me. This has you know, whole strawberries in it. It's delicious.
it looks great. It really does.
All right. Yes, everybody's thanking Gwen, as they should. Number one Marvel fan said he ran out and just got 2 strawberry Debbie cakes. Okay. I can afford the calories. Sure I can. Oh man. All right. So I actually did okay. Brian Bailey, he's our professor number 2 in the chat. He said the what if issue that actually did fill in some continuity. Okay. All right. Round 9. 4 more rounds here until we get to the recap. So Jordan, back over to you.
Anything goes rounds now. So
Yes, they are. So these are 2-minute rounds.
so buckle up. Buckle up. All right. So it's a historic page from the first issue from Punisher War Journal here. And I got to meet both Jim Lee and Carl Potts, and they both confirmed. So basically, this is a picture of the title page, issue 1. And Carl basically he did the story and he did the layouts, and then Jim did all the art. So I see this again a great combination of the two of them, Jim Lee and Carl Potts. But I love what I love about that is that the styling in this. He goes from heavy, deep inking on this to light inking, and that's the origin story of when his family is killed. From there, so just some great page from the historic issue, and also just you gotta love the Jim Lee autograph here. He actually drew Maui right there, and that's Carl Potts when he was here at Honolulu as well. So just a great older page from a historic first issue. Now somebody mentioned the time payments. Now it's a big ticket, and I'm super liberal. You can take as long as you want. So here's an example. If you want to do 10 payments, $17.50. And the way I look at it, it's a way to trade up to a page. It gives you lots of time if you want to sell off some pages to get to this. It's sort of like I'm trading pages to get into this one kind of deal. So that's that page. This one, it hurts me to even consider it because and this one is one of those I got for the art side of things. But Ashley Wood, I don't have this is my only Ashley Wood piece here, and this is the cover of that issue here. And I remember when I first got the cover, I wasn't sure what that white plume was. And then, of course, seeing the actual cover with that fire coming off of him right there. But this is 1995, Ashley Wood. His style is fantastic. It's a great cover, authentic cover. And, again, just kind of giving examples. If you want to break it up to make it easier to acquire this, you can do 8 monthly payments, $9.75 a month. I'm really spending that, making it easier to get some of this art.
Yeah, Ashwood's. He was great on that series too. I mean, I love his work, love his painting, love his black and white work too. But yeah, that's a good one.
Yeah, in these rounds,
you're a bum. You didn't sell the art.
You talking to me?
You couldn't sell a light box recreation if your life depended on it. Ugh.
You couldn't sell a light box recreation if your life depended on it. You might be able to know.
I had to come up with something that was relative to the Rocky theme, but also relative to art. So, and we had to do 3 or 4 takes because my daughter didn't know what that was, and she kept messing up on that, on what she was trying to tell me. So we had to do it several times just for that alone.
Well, Johnny's in agreement. He might have owned a few Lightbox recreations over the years. They can be difficult, depending on the artist. So, some might be easier than others.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
There was an offer in the chat for me. Phil?
And yes, I highlighted it, and I was waiting. Good. Here we go. Yep.
Cool.
Astro Kid 7B, $1,600. I believe you had $1,800 on 7B, which was the Kaluta.
I will take it.
Good deal both ways. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's a great pickup, Astro Kid. And remember, everybody, we're going to
sweet comic art.
I got cut off by the production. Yes. We will show both gentlemen's email addresses at the end of the first 12 rounds. So anybody who wins any artwork tonight, you're going to email both these guys this evening. You don't wait till tomorrow, and they'll work out the payments with you to get the art in your hands. So thank you, Astro Kid. Good. Well, no, let's just say great pickup on that one.
Yeah, that was a great one.
All right, and that puts Michael. You have leapfrogged over Jordan, and are now in.
For now.
That is true.
I'm going to give up.
It's your 12B I'm worried about. I'm really worried about your 12B.
I'm worried about 12B also.
Hey, if 12B sells, then we're going to have a great CAF HQ Christmas party down the road. All right, but yes. So congrats to Astro Kid on that one.
It's a great piece.
Yes. Yeah, indeed. Now let's see here. We have got a Giffen Legion page for 9A.
Again, from first issue of the Baxter series, Keith Giffen does so much amazing work when it comes to the Legion, and this page is no different. His use of shadow and darkness with the way in which he depicts some of these characters, the way he plays with light and shadow is just amazing. And after his great run on the Darkness Saga, for them moving over to the Baxter book, gave them the opportunity to work on a larger size art. This is oversized, 13 by 20, and really just super as the Legion finds out that there's a new Legion of supervillains that's forming that they're going to have to deal with over the next few issues. So really, really beautiful work by the late Keith Giffen. You don't see very much Keith Giffen Legion art come available. Great sequence with Chameleon Kid taking on the Daxamite, who's a worshiper of Darkseid. So that's number one, and we go from oversized to slightly undersized, but this is a piece I wasn't expecting to actually pull out. This was one of my favorite Bolland pieces. It's a prelim, full pencil, full detail pencil for the Hero Reborn cover, which you can see the published comic there on Bill's Bill's image there. It is hard to know if this is what he then blew up and painted directly from, whether he did another piece, I don't know. But this is just such a beautiful work. And you don't get to see very much Bolland Batman again on the market. It's never there. So
no, and it's so it's so close to the cover. I mean, it's sometimes these prelims by Brian, there's subtle differences and whatnot, especially in the Wonder Woman ones. But no, this is fantastic to see.
Yeah, even the gargoyle head and all the building details are pretty much identical to the published piece. So that's what I mean. I don't know how preliminary this was. I have to call it a prelim because it's not the final painted piece, but this is pretty cool. And no, I did not get the painting.
Right. Exactly. Well, yeah, that's your reason for selling it, right? You're getting rid of something that's just as good. So he did a lot of prelims, right, like that, Jeffrey. Yeah, we've seen a few here or there on the channel before. All right, Jordan, round 10. Got 3 more rounds to go here.
Alrighty.
Let's see what you got for 10A.
So this is Vertigo art. We know how that kind of stands out even more. It's the cover here, Transmetropolitan 54. Jeff Darrow, Derek Robertson, Glenn Fabry, they all have a brand of where they put so much character and detail into their art. And this is another example of that right here. Just so hyper detailed. Love his take on Spider Jerusalem. That's actually, then there's no, that's what I love about original art. You see all the notes down below, but that's actually Glenn Fabry's son that he drew into the cover right there. He's got a note to the production staff about that as well. But, it's great vertical art. It's a great piece. And again, you can do time payments on these. Spread it out. My dog's trying to give me support there. Hey, and just a great way to add a great cover, a great vertical cover to your collection there. And all right,
that is very nice. Time for the dog to go for a walk.
Yeah, I kind of printed out. If you did 6 months, it's just that much a month kind of deal. This one here is historic. Like I mentioned, if you can't get first appearances, you want to get a second appearance, and that's what this is here. This is from Marvel Team Up 103, and you got Taskmaster in every one of the panels, and just the action is popping off the page right here, and you got to figure this is one of the better pages in the book overall. Love that bottom panel right there where Taskmaster is using that Captain American shield to ward off Spider-Man. I love that kabloom. I love the way he drew that in there as well. But it's this is Jerry Bingham, inked by Mike Esposito back in 1981. I mean, we're getting older, you guys, and these pages were, copper age back then when we bought the comics. But looking back, I mean, these are classic, 40, 50-year-old pages. So just a great second appearance, historic page of a great character, and make it easy.
That is a very nice page. You did get a offer.
On 3A.
Yeah, that was the Electra. Yeah.
And what is the offer? 600.
You were at $795.
Yeah, if we could. Yeah, that's a little bit. How about 650? 650. I'll feel good about that, and we're not too far off from that. So if you want to do 650, I think that'll work for both of us there.
Right, and that was the Electra page by Diodato.
Diodato, yeah, that's a really great one there.
All right, well, thank you for the offer, Comic Art, for me, and they've agreed.
All right, congratulations. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Yeah, very nice pickup. And Nick Barucci, thanks for getting us to 104 likes. We have 192 people watching live right now, so we should be able to get another 40 or 50 in, I think, before this show is over, if we all try really hard out there in the chat. Okay,
I hit the like button.
There you go. And you know what? That 650 puts Jordan back up by just a little bit, 2795. So $70 separate the two of you right now, Michael.
We're just going back and forth like a real prize fight.
All right, let's see what Michael brought for round 10.
So this, again, first appearance page. So you might look at the top and say, oh, who are these characters? Who are these characters? But right here, right in the center panel, full body backs of Blackfire, Starfire's sister, Commandar. So these final two panels are her actual first appearance. The next page is a giant splash, but here she is, 2 panels before that giant splash page. So here's a really nice opportunity to pick up a first appearance by the master George Perez, who doesn't love it, and cool outer space stuff too. Just really, really neat piece to be able to add to your collection for both reasons, both the first appearance-ness of it and the fact that it's Perez Titans, and the Perez Titans pages continue to go up in value. They're still lagging far behind the Byrne X-Men pages. It's only a matter of time before they start catching up more and more. So here's your opportunity to get in with a piece which is just too cool and too historic. Speaking of historic, so here we have, by Joe Jusko, this absolutely gorgeous painted cover. Joe Jusko did a series of paintings that were corner box art. This was one of those, but it was actually used as the cover to Moon Knight #1. And it's based off of a splash page that was done by Bill Sienkiewicz. And whoops, sorry. There you can see it after Sienkiewicz. Very cool, almost 10 years old already. And from when he painted it, because he painted it in 2016. And again, just beautiful, perfect Moon Knight imagery that merges two great artistic talents between Sienkiewicz and Jusko.
Yeah, that's really beautiful. I love the crescent on the ground as well. I mean, Joe's a master.
Oh, and just because this is kind of cool, on the back of the Titans page, it literally identifies Commander Corey's evil sister.
Nice.
Starfire's evil sister. So
was that page signed by Perez too? I saw Tangal's signature in the one corner.
It was not signed by George, just by Romeo.
That's doesn't detract from the piece at all. All right, so $70. Like I was right. I can do math still. So we have what are we going to? We're going to round 11 now. 2 more rounds until the recap. Yeah, you got that right, Nick. We've got about a dozen people watching on Facebook tonight too, so we're really closer to 190. But everybody should hit that thumbs up while we still have time. All right, Jordan, round 11, over to you, and we start off with something by Stan Sakai.
Yeah. Everybody just stop for a moment. When's the last time you saw Usagi Yojimbo with a bow and arrow? Not with a sword. And that's what really stood out to me when I got this cover. I got this from him and Emerald Khan around 4 or 5 years ago. He's got his trademark signature up there. He did a little head sketch for me as well. But it's just a great image of Usagi, and it's something you don't normally see. And it's a cover to boot. And just love the detail that Stan put into this all the way around, the perspective on this one here. So, it really stood out to me when I saw it. And again, I literally said to myself, wow, he doesn't have a sword. He's got a bow and arrow. You just don't see that very often. So I got a really good price point on this. You can still break it up into time payments to kind of help you get into this one. But this is if you're a fan, it's got that samurai feel to it as well. Still, it goes a long way with that one there. So just great cover. And like I said, you don't see it often where he's not with his traditional sword that we're so used to seeing. Mm-hmm. And it's 11 by 17. That's traditional 11 by 17 board there. Yep.
And that bat's really well drawn too.
Yeah. This one here, Astonishing Tales 28, 1975, 50 years ago, written, penciled, inked by Rich Buckler. He didn't get the credit he deserved. 4th appearance of Deathlock, so you got the historic nature of this page. I remember when this came out, and I was just blown away. He was a badass cyborg. It was the first one. He was the first badass cyborg, and that really got a niche with me. And Rich signed it right in the middle of that middle panel there as well. No One Gets Out Alive is the name of the story. Now I've been doing some research, everybody, and what stood out as well as far as historic nature is I was told that this was the first horizontal art page. Please prove me wrong. This 1975. This besides the early appearance of Deathlock in this as well. But it's one page, so it's not 2 pages. It's page 16 of the story. He just drew it horizontally.
Interesting. That I don't know. We do have a couple professors in the chat tonight. So
I've been doing research. I haven't been able to find to counter that, and that's another reason I got the page. But I love collecting pieces of history. I love owning a piece of history. That's what I covet. So early 4th appearance, and again a great horizontal. If it's not the first, it's clearly one of the first horizontal art pages out there drawn.
Yes, I'm with you there. It's got to be early. But hey, I saw a nice compliment to you both. Christopher Daly Graham said that seriously, rounds 9 and 10 may be some of the best art offered on a dealer's show in a year. And Anthony, I'm sorry you're watching. You had to read that too. But it is some very nice pieces getting shown here tonight. Thank you, Christopher.
Yeah,
we wanted to bring it, so we're bringing it.
Mm-hmm.
It hurts sometimes to even put them in the show. So
that's true.
Yeah.
All right, and round 11 now. Over to you, Michael. Let's see what you brought here. Looks like it's big art again.
Big art. Wraparound cover. So the uniqueness of this is the front cover is a stat. You can see it's all nice and shiny of Neil Adams. But the back cover is all drawn art. Joe Staton, Dick Giordano. So you get to display the full wraparound cover. But you only have to pay for one cover, which is the $4,800 price tag very reasonable from a cover from this era, because we're talking 1979. So very cool thing, very neat stuff, and very large. It'll really take up a beautiful spot in your gallery if you decide to frame it and put it up on the wall. Otherwise, you're going to need a large sized Itoya or a folio to put it in, because it is one solid piece. It does not bend, so it's very nice, very cool, and very, very large. It's 15 and a half by 22, so or 21. Sorry. Next, we have the cover, wraparound cover, issue 25 of New Adventure. Thunderbolts. Thunderbolts. Sorry, spoiler there. Anyway, full wraparound cover. You've got 5 members of the Thunderbolts fighting 24 villains that have gathered together, being led by the Crimson Cowl, who we later find out is Eric Johnson's ex-girlfriend. Again, I tried to be reasonable in the pricing, considering the content. But it's so historic, this 25th cover, wraparound, beautiful. Mark Bagley, Scott Hanna, just knocked it out of the park. This one does fold, so you don't have to have a giant folio, but you're going to want to see it all.
Yes, and no, it's beautiful, and I regret I don't have an image I can zoom in on for that one. I'm not sure why. I'm gonna see.
Well, here's a time to mention that it's posted in my Amateur Dueling Dealers gallery on my CAF page.
That is true. That is very, very true. Let me. I still have the link here saved to my desktop. So there you go. It's in the chat. Anybody that wants to get a better look at that, please head over to Michael's CAF gallery. Everything that he's posting tonight is getting posted over there, and you can zoom into these scans to your heart's content. And sorry, Jordan, I muted you when the dog was barking. I apologize.
Oh, no, I apologize, you guys. Sorry about that.
Now, hey, when you're sitting the dog all by yourself, it's tough. It's not easy. All right, so another great pair of pieces, and I saw Anthony said he didn't add the but he said please when I read Christopher Daly's comment. But Anthony, you know you bring good artwork too. You do. But he put it on his website, he said. All right, last round 12, and then we dive into the recap. This is a nail biter. I don't think we've been this close on a show in probably a year.
We should just call it a tie. Let's just quit. No more rounds. No recap.
We'll be like the man who's $70 ahead.
No. Wait, no. It's like that Disney movie. We'll hold hands and we'll walk across the finish line together, like Breakfast Club, arms in the air.
All right, and Anthony did ask you to send him a picture of the buckler piece to his phone. I assume you must have Anthony's cell phone. But yes, so that's out there. And we have over 200 people watching now. It's ebbing and flowing. We're up to 220 at the beginning of this round too. So everybody hit that thumbs up. I know that I'm not wearing a mask tonight. I don't care how many likes we can get, but you know, it is what it is. Hit the thumbs up. We'll be all happier for it. So round 12, over to you, Jordan. And let's see what you brought here for this last round.
So some cosmic art, Infinity War, number 5, written Jim Starlin, penciled Ron Lim, Al Milgram did the inks. You got a great cast of characters on there. I love that bottom scene where Cap is squaring off against Thanos on the bottom there. Roll call is Thanos, Captain America, Drax, Vision, Hercules, She-Hulk, Wonder Man. We had Wonder Man, and even Sue Storm is on this page as well. So, you know, it's a good price point, and they're all rallying with Thanos to stop Magus. So that's what this story is about. But you know, I got a good price point on this Infinity War page. A nice way to add some cosmic art to your collection from there. Bill, don't show the page yet for 12B. I want to kind of set up the premise on this one. So a lot of times we're doing this. I'm going to talk fast. Like I'm on the clock. We're doing this. We're giving art at good prices. This next page is not a bargain price. I'm going to let everybody know that. It's not for that. But what I feel good about offering this page is it's a chance. It's an available. You have an available. It's available. A chance to add a Grail to your collection. I'm going to rattle off some numbers to you here. I'm setting it up for everybody here. And these are auction prices that hammered out. First Harlequin, $100,000 from Batman Adventures 12. She had a second page also for $70,000. Those Sandman first appearance pages, Sandman 8, 2 pages went for $95,000. Sandman 1 went for $95,000. You had Bane's first appearance pages, 2 of them. One went for $85,000, one for $90,000. You had Why the Last Man. I know it's Vertigo. That went for $55,000, his first appearance. You had a Ghost Rider page. He wasn't even in costume and went for $50,000. You can see where I'm going with this, everybody. Premier first appearance pages are blue chip art. And I'm not even counting that first Deadpool page that went for $1 million as well. He had a first appearance. He had a page from that issue without Deadpool even on it, went for $95,000. So here's what I'm offering. I'm offering the Grail out of my collection, which hurts even off it. And it's the first appearance of Blade page. And I apologize for going over the clock, everybody. And I based on how blue chip first appearance pages are going for, I know this is not a bargain price, but it's a way to get a page. And here's the other number. There's only 12 pages of Blade in the issue. And I really feel this page is one of the better of the 12. You have the birth page of him coming out in Splash, and you've got this page as well. So it's not a bargain price, but how many times do you have an opportunity to add a major character first appearance to your collection? It is a cornerstone for anybody's collection. You can break it up, go a whole year with this, give yourself a chance to sell off other pages, give yourself to go on Dueling Dealers and raise money, trade up to this, trade up to a Grail. You won't regret it. I'm fortunate. I have other Grails that I'm so fortunate to have. So it's not a bargain price, but it's a way to get a Grail to your collection.
Yeah,
sorry for going over. Sorry.
No, it's beautiful, beautiful piece. Absolutely. And I agree. Jason should buy it so we can have a great party here at CAF. But no, it's phenomenal. How long have you had that in your collection?
I got it from a comic book store in Florida. I'm gonna say 30 years, 22 years ago, something like that. Not 30, but 22 years ago. So got it really early, and it's a blue chipper. So how many times? So again, it's not a bargain price, but from this show, you have a chance to get a blue chipper into your collection, and take as long as you want. Honestly, send money along the way. Send 500 here. I'm not even joking because I'm not in a hurry.
1,000 a year for the next 95 years.
Well, I can't go like that though. I can't confirm I'll be around that time.
I think it might double in price in 95 years, right? But you never know what the market will be like at that point.
Yeah, and again, it's expensive. I get it, and I understand it. But it's like if you were to trade pages to get to this, it's the same way of doing it. Instead of trading me, you just go ahead and sell those pages to trade up to this Grail. That's how I bought it. That's how I got my last Grail from Nick Barucci. My Perro Detective Comics cover was a pretty penny, and he gave me 8 months, and I paid it off in 7. Just sold until I paid it off. Layaway.
There you go. Well, Nick's been selling a few pieces and making some happy collectors these past few months. But yeah, great piece to end it with. And then and Michael, I won't. We'll have a clock on you, but you can go an extra minute if you like as well when we're looking at these pieces here. And I'm still going to try to find a better scan of that Thunderbolts cover because I want to show it off. I feel like we missed the opportunity to show a big scan of that one. So let's see here. So 12A.
So 12A, this is a beauty. So from 1993, so we're talking 30 years old, Tom Rainey drew the cover, a wraparound cover, to this trade paperback that was called The Greatest Battles of the Avengers. And included in this imagery is, in the trade paperback, is the story from Annual 10. So you've got X-Men, you've got Rogue and the Brotherhood of Evil Mutants. You've got really great Wonder Man, Vision, and Grim Reaper. You've got the Thanos, the annual that involved Thanos and the death of Warlock. Just amazing stuff. And with that black and white piece comes this color piece When I bought them, they were sold to me as a pair, and so I'm selling them as a pair. So you get the original color piece. You can see the artwork, the work that was done by the colorist. Just amazing and beautiful stuff. So I think there's close to 40 characters on this wraparound cover. Just really cool. And for an Avengers fan, for an X fan, it's just a great piece to have. Again, it's enormous. It's 20 by 26. The final piece of the night, not quite as historic or interesting as Jordan's, I confess, but it's a beautiful Neil Adams, Bill Sienkiewicz combination. And let me read what Bill wrote. And if you go to my website, the listing that I put up there, I put what Bill had written to me. And he says, I enlarged Neil's pencils so I could ink them twice up. And you can see how big this sheet is. It's a gargantuan 17.5 by 22. So, and this is based off of an old Neil Adams cover from Batman 244. So he said Neil's pencils were different from what he drew on the actual Batman cover decades ago, and to me, not as good. So Bill actually went in using the original Batman cover and used that as the basis for his redrawing of Neil's more modern pencils, using Neil's pencils for substitution on things like Batman's head for Ra's al Ghul and changing Batman to Superman. Anyway, just a beautiful, beautiful combination of two incredible artists, and a real beauty, and it would be an amazing addition to anyone's collection.
Agreed. Yeah, both of those pieces were fantastic, and I do have here's a better image for the piece in round 12, so you can see see the characters.
That Grim Reaper there. That's fantastic.
Yeah, Wolverine right in the corner there with the Scarlet Witch.
That's good stuff.
And then let's see here. Yeah, this is one we couldn't see very well before, the Thunderbolts cover by Bagley. Yeah, that's gorgeous. Very, very nice. Constrictor, a very not often enough used villain in the Marvel Universe. So good stuff. Really good stuff here. Hide one. So we made it to the end of round 12, and as I promised, we will show their email addresses. Maureen's fallen. Yeah, look at that. Jordan's things.
Oh, Bill, it's M Lovitz and the number 6.
Did I do it wrong when I copy pasted it? Well, I apologize. I'll fix that. I thought I copy pasted it right out of your email, but I stand corrected. So M Lovitz 6. Maureen will change that right now, and it'll appear on screen. So these are the email addresses for both of these guys. You claim anything tonight, you're going to shoot them an email this evening. You're not going to wait till Thursday morning or Thursday afternoon. We thought we were going to get a preview of the art behind Jordan. We did not.
I should have put the blade underneath that is what I should have done, and then pulled it down,
that would have been the way to do it.
For dramatic effect.
All right. Well, what is this? I don't have a Ragnarok recap video to play to get us started here, but let me see. What do I got? I got to have something here to kind of set the mood. Here we go.
Oh, Alfred, it's time to repaint the bat pole. It's starting to change my thighs.
Okay, thank you, Maureen. That's one of my favorites. Okay, well, we have a recap here. We got a lot of art to look at, and I appreciate everybody hanging with us throughout the show. We got to look at a lot of great stuff, and now we're going to get through a recap, and then we'll be all done with things tonight. But yeah, this will be a what do we got? We got 3 sales for each gentleman. So we got 21 pieces to go through for each of them. What do we got here? What is Anthony saying? Mike, will you sell a? He's trying to get you to do. What is this? I don't know, Anthony. Save it for later. All right, you ready, Jordan? I think he is.
Yes, I'm ready. And that's Times Square. My wife and I went on a trip to New York, and it's an art piece we got from there.
Your wife is much happier
Not for
now that you've revealed it.
Yes.
exactly.
Yes. Okay.
All right, let's see here. So, yes, Anthony has a legal filing he needs help with from Michael. We get it. We get it. Save it for after the show. All right, we're going all the way to the top here, Jordan. All the way back
Yeah.
up to 1A, and
All right.
here we go.
I'll drop this down to $395. Take $100 off. It's just a great title page. I got the overlay with the title credits on there, but again, it's written by Scott Snyder, so that's what kind of stands out for that. A great Scott Snyder, Swamp Thing and Poison Ivy. It's a match made in heaven. They kind of go together. So $395 for this title page for you here. And
I think Robert was asking $350 on the Poison Ivy. I'm assuming this one, which I think is the only one we had.
Was that the one? Yes. Oh wait, somebody's claiming that. Is that
Mighty Mark is just throwing a claim in there? Yeah.
Okay.
But
I did say yes.
You did say yes before we saw Mighty Mark's claim pop in there.
I think from an integrity sense, I did say yes to Robert. So.
All right. Well, it's good to see Robert in the chat. And Mighty Mark, apologies, Robert. That does happen sometimes when we see stuff in the stream, and it was confirmed for Robert first, but we do appreciate that. And Rich Donnelly was even trying to do a package deal with the Swamp Thing and the Star Trek. So that one came in right around the same time we were accepting that one. But congrats to Robert on that one. Thank you.
Yeah. So that time is just for each piece, because I thought I had to do both pieces in that 15 seconds. Or whatever.
No. You don't have to do both. It's 30 seconds per piece. Okay. Yeah.
All right. So this one, somebody asked. So the Shatner signature, he did a really good job. He put it right above the Enterprise there, and so you have this. It's like a title. It's like a chapter page stat for Star Trek on there, and then this is the original. I'm going to come down to $395 on this one. It's large art. 1972, so it's an older piece there, but you got Star Trek and a great shot.
Yep, Anthony sold a few Star Trek pages of late, and look, he comes in and buys it the moment I say it. You know what? I have to tell you this, Jordan. Right now, you have a sellout. 1A and 1B have sold. You're on a roll right now.
On a roll.
Only 19 more to go. We can do this. I have faith. Okay. Even on that last one. So congrats, Anthony. You got a good one there. So then let's see. 2A is the next piece of art we're going to look at.
Yeah. So this one, I'll come down to $395 on this one also. This is, again, 1989. Ron Lim drew this Joker Laughing Fish. So it's an older, you can see he's got his inks coming through to it there. It's 11 by 14, coming down to $395 on this one here. Again, if you get him to draw this at a convention, he's going to charge a lot more than that. And again, it's got age behind it as well. So great image of the Joker Laughing Fish by an artist who doesn't normally draw Joker, let alone DC. $395 on this one.
All righty, $395 on lot 2A. So 2A did sell, so we'll go to 3B next, right?
Did Frank claim that one?
Which one? Frank Robert Johnson. Hey, Robert, Frank, you always have to say the lot number so we know which piece you're talking about. We will assume that you're talking about 2A, but please restate that in the chat for us. It's at the very least, give us an artist name, but say 2A and we're good there. And yes, then we'll know for sure.
Alrighty.
Yeah, there we go. 3B is the next.
All right, so this one, Amalgam Art, I'll come down to $595 on this one. $595. This is 1996, the Amalgam series, original series. $595. First appearance of Runaway. She's Rogue and Gypsy combined. First Mercury. That's Quicksilver and Impulse. They're on this page. Great half splash of William Magnus, the brother of Magneto, on this one. So $595, and you'll get, like I said, $595.
All right, so $595 on 3B, and Frank Robert Johnson's confirming his claim of 2A. That's $395. Thank you, Frank.
Thank you.
All right, so now so $595 for 3B. 4A is the next one.
For a Wolverine First Class, I'll come down to $675 on that one. So $675 for Wolverine First Class. Again, that top panel is from the Hulk 181 fight scene between Wolverine and Hulk, and when to go there. And again, signed by the creators, Len Wein and Herb Trimpe there. So $595 for this. Just, again, great homage. Wolverine's in all panels as well. He's with Alpha Flight from there.
All right, I did see Rich Donnelly come in with an offer of $550 for JLX. That was the 3B art that you were at $595.
Yeah, I'll take $550 for Rich. Thank you.
Okay, Rich, congrats. Nice amalgam page there for you.
Yeah.
3B at $550, and 4A was at $595. The one on the screen.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So moving right along, we got 4B next.
Lobo, Dead Man, great combination. I'll come down to $895 on this one. Drawn again, Alan Grant's the writer. He started the whole thing with Lobo. 1995, Martin Niemand, or hopefully I'm not saying his name wrong, but I'll come down to $895 on this page. And it's that Lobo goodness that we're all familiar with. He's up there, and he's basically capturing Dead Man. So $895 for this page.
All right, $895 on 4B.
Mm-hmm.
5A is next. That was the Mighty Avengers Toy Fan page with Sentry.
Yeah, I'll come down to $1495 on this one. I'll come down to $1495. Not historic, but just artistic, and just the anguish of Sentry here, the minimalism effect on this one, and you can just feel what that character's all about. So $1495. And again, it's 2008. Danny Miki inks.
All righty, $400 off on that one. $1495. 5B did sell, so we have 6A next.
This I'll come down to $1895 on this one. I don't have too much room on this one. I bought this straight from Jock, and just again the combination of the two. Just love how that's together. $1895. I'll come down on this one here. Scott Snyder again is the writer on this one. I actually thought about framing it with the page in between the two, and you can see the whole process behind it. But $1895 for Scott Snyder and Jock art. Batman Who Laughs in the World.
All right, very nice. $1895 on that one. 6B up next. Stormwatch page.
Second appearance tonight, Midnighter. I'll come down to $1695 on this one. $1695. Here's the issue. It's from the Midnighters in the top panel and the middle panel there. 1998. So coming down to $1695. Historic second appearance. We all love that authority. It's what the Justice League, we all wanted the Justice League to be about. Just real kick-ass and not holding back, and looking forward to them getting the movie treatment too. So $1695 for the second appearance of Midnighter.
Yep, very nice Paul Neary inks on that one.
Yeah. So Joe Staton, but clearly Bruce Timm-esque. I'll come down to $1795 on this one. $1795, and you've got everybody: Lois Lane, Joker, Harley Quinn, Superman, Batman. 1997, so it was a little bit after her first appearance in the animated world, but before her DCU first appearance. So $1795 on this one. Yeah.
All right, $1795. 7B up next. Punisher one page by
Yeah,
Klaus.
first issue historic. I'll come to $1795 on this one as well. That's kind of what I got into it, so there's not much more wiggle room than that. But you have Frank Castle in all the panels there. It's Klaus Janson. He did everything. Pencil inked it. He colored it as well. 1987 when this came out. Just right, the Dark Knight series is coming out, and you got the limited series as well. But historic first issue of this whole run, 1795.
Okie dokie. 1795 on that. And just so everybody knows, I got a crazy thunderstorm going on outside, so hopefully I don't drop my internet. I'm not going to try to take it off, but it is rumbling the house right now.
I'll talk faster. Silver Surfer, I'll come down to 950 on this one. And you got to figure I paid Ron Lim for the commission and James Pascoe for the cityscape, so I'm not getting much off of this one if I'm not breaking even. So it's a great image of Silver Surfer. It's 950. I'll come down to 950 on this. Great Ron Lim original art Silver Surfer. And James did a great job on the cityscape as well. Really blended it in really nicely with that there too. So 950 for the 11 by 17.
All right. Now you did get a combo offer here in the chat from Dan Goodwin, $3,000 for 7A and 7B. You had put both of those at $1,795. 7A was the Joe Staton Batman, Superman Adventures. That one right there, and then of course the other page, Jansen Punisher page.
72. Oh, so that would be 3,000. It's a tough one. Let's do 3,250. I'll cut it in half because 1,795 each is, that's 3,600. So even that's a discount. But if we go to 3,250. Right in between, it'll make it easier, and I think we'll both feel good about that as well. So 3,250 for anybody who wants to offer those two pieces.
All right, Daniel, we appreciate the offer. Yeah. So it's 3,250 back to you. Just you got some time to think about it. Let us know in the chat. We'll keep an eye out for you.
Thank you.
Okay, so the Stoko piece.
James Stoko, I'll come down to $1,295 on this one. $1,295. Silver Surfer versus Galactus. It's a reimagined story, and James did everything. He wrote it, he penciled it, he inked it, he colored it as well. So $1,295. You got Silver Surfer in every panel. Great image of him in the top panel as well on the board, and he's leading Fin Fang Foom to Galactus to have him sacrifice. Even that headshot of Silver Surfer is good. So $1,295, and James Stoko is a great detail artist.
Agreed. All right, $1,295 on that one. Then next up, 9A, the Punisher War Journal.
So this is issue 1, Punisher War Journal. So great historic issue, Punisher. Carl Potts did the layouts. Jim Lee did all the art from there. And I'm going to reduce this one to 14,500. 14,500. You got Jim Lee art, issue number 1. If you break it up even into 10 months, I'm just using this as an example. You can go anywhere in between if that helps you. But it's a great Jim Lee art page, Punisher, and a great signature from them both as well. 14,500.
Very nice. Okay, the Ashwood Ghost Rider 2099 cover next.
Yeah. So this one, I'll come down to $6,795. So it's more. I'm taking $1,000 off. $6,795. Again, as an example, if you want to break it up, you can do 8 payments at that amount, just as an example of it. But it's a great way to add just a great older Ghost Rider cover to your collection. It's got the original overlay that came back with it. So again, taking $1,000 off on this one. $6,795.
Alrighty, $67.95. Next up, the Fabry cover. Yeah,
it's Vertigo cover. I'll come down to $5,495. I'll take $500 off, everybody. This one I got a lot into this one as well. And if you break that up, here's an example of time payment plan on that one. If you want to stick to this one here, all different versions of time payments, just doing layaway gives you a chance to sell to get to it. But $5,495, Vertigo cover, Glenn Fabry.
Well, it's a nice one, and you get Glenn's son drawn in it as a bonus.
Right there in the middle. Yep.
All right, 10B next.
This one I'll come down. I'll go 33,995. Taking off a nice chunk off of this one. So 3,995. Second appearance of Taskmaster. Great images. You got to figure this is the best page in there. He's stoic on the top, in action. So 3,995. Take off a nice chunk off of this one. 1981. Second appearance of Taskmaster. Love that bottom panel where he's using Captain America's shield to ward off the world.
Yeah, no, that's a good one. So $39.95 and 4 more pieces to go.
Yeah. The Usagi Yojimbo again. I'll come down to 3,250. 3,250. I'll come down on this one, and you don't see Usagi without a sword. We have that great signature by Stan up there. Did a little head sketch for you as well. Displays so nicely. I would hope somebody would get this one framed. But 3,250. It's a great cover, and it hurts me to even put it up for sale.
Well,
that's a great one.
Joe in the chat has claimed it.
It's
So,
a great
Joe.
Joe. Like I said, you came with a sword, but not with a bow and arrow. Thank you very much.
That's a good get. Congrats.
Yep.
And
Okay.
yeah. Sorry. I want to let Maureen know it was $32.50 was the
Yes.
offer. The price on that one. So congrats to Joe.
Yep.
And next up, that great buckler piece.
Yeah. So this one I'll come down $3,495. I'll take $500 off this one. It's again 1975. Everybody, 50 years old, and Rich Buckler did everything on it. He wrote it, he penciled it, he inked it. It's a 4th appearance of Deathlock. As far as I know, the first horizontal page drawn is page 16. It's not a combination of 2. You just got Deathlock all throughout there. So historic for a couple of reasons, but for those of us who grew up with the comics and seeing them, I just remember he was a badass cyborg, Deathlock. Really, really great for that reason.
All right, so $34.95 on that, and Robert's offer was for Mike. Mike can address that in the chat, or we'll take care of it when we get to Mike here.
Mm-hmm.
So 12A is the next one.
12A Infinity War, a way to add cosmic art. 1995, everybody. 1995, and I can tell you that's basically what I paid for it, right around there. So it's a way to add cosmic art to there. So 1995, you got them all in there. Thanos, Captain America, Drax, Wonder Man, Sue Storm. Great confrontation of Captain America and Thanos there. Ron Lim signed it right below that as well. So if you want to add some, great cosmic art to your collection, 1995. That one there. Yeah.
All right. Yeah, that is a very good one. And last but not least.
So again, getting an opportunity to add a major blue chip grail. I'm going to come down to 89,000 on this one. And, I know it's a big price, but, like I mentioned, if you just look at what blue chip first appearances are going for, this is actually lower than what they're going. Again, Deadpool, New Mutants 98, Deadpool wasn't even on the page and it went for 95,000. All those other first appearances, you got Ghost Rider, not even in costume, $55,000. And these are all blue chip first appearances. 89,000. You break it up any way you want to. Take a whole year to pay it off. Sell some of your other art. Trade up to this. Add a grail to your collection. If I raise the money without this, I'd love to keep this in my collection. Clearly it's for a purpose.
And Justin Porter did offer you $1,800 for your 12A Infinity War page. You were at $1,995.
I was at 1995. All right, let's do it, Justin. 1,800.
All right, congrats to Justin Porter.
It's a good page. That's a really good price on that page. Yep. Thank you.
All right, that's a good way to end it on your side, Jordan. And of course, you'll be in the chat in case anybody wants to throw an offer or whatnot your way.
Yep.
And let me go ahead and get this over there and move some things around. I don't think that score is quite accurate, but we'll get that thing updated as we're moving along. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, yeah. So I count 9 sales for Jordan.
Yeah.
So all right. So did I miss? I saw you reply to. Oh, okay. So there we go. Robert is confirming the $850 for the 2, correct? And I see there's other things happening. I
Yeah,
just want to
I mean,
make
that's what it looks like. Yes.
Yep. So Robert said good. So that's 850. Congrats, Robert. Another nice pickup for the evening. Let me write that down. And then what am I seeing here? I saw a offer from Mike Zatari at 50,000, and I see Max Raskin coming in at 60,000 for 12B. I might as well highlight that. How often do I get to show a $60,000 offer on the dueling dealers, let alone the amateur dueling dealers of Comic Card?
It's a very good offer as well. I won't dismiss it. It's a bit too far from what I wanted, and I'm hoping it gets through that. I'm offering very flexible time, no tax, no interest, no fees, no interest. The interest alone from some of these houses. It's a great offer. Thank you. I'm going to respectfully decline, though. It is one of my blue chips, and we're close, but it's still too big of a gap right now. So I'm respectfully declining. Thank you, though, for the offer.
Thank you, Max.
Yeah.
I think everybody in the chat was sweating all of a sudden. They were all feeling the tension in the air. All right. So, okay, but thank you, Max. Thank you, Mike, both of you for the offers. And of course, everybody who's claimed anything. Remember, we're going to show email addresses again at the end of this. So everybody who's claimed artworks tonight, you're going to email both these guys and let them know your contact info and all that fun stuff like we like to do here.
Yeah.
Okay. So we can even before we get this one started, okay, Maureen's showing it just so everybody who claims anything from Jordan, it's Jordan's Things at yahoo.com, and Michael's address is mlovitz6@gmail.com. And Michael did get 2 more sales, Maureen. He sold 2A and 2B for a combined $850 to Robert. So he's at 5 sales and $3,575 right now. So a little bit of work to do, Michael.
Just a little, especially since there are more offers coming in for Jordan.
Oh my gosh, yes, I see that. I see Anthony saying he'll. All right, where do we start? All right,
Anthony, I have to decline that offer. Thank you. On the buckler, I came down to $34.95.
Right.
I can't go to $24.95. Sorry, so I do have to decline that one. Will is offering. I think that's the Taskmaster. I came down to $39.95. Will, I can do the 3,600 on that. Yes.
All right, so that's 10B 3,600 going to Mr. Will Gabrielle. It's always nice to have you in the chat, Will.
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you, Will.
And thank you, Anthony, for the offer. We do appreciate it.
Yes, thank you, Anthony.
Anthony is maintaining his lifelong streak of never throwing a lot number in a offer or claim that he has ever done on the channel while a member of the chat.
But at least he gave details.
That's right. That is so true. So true. All right. Well, we're adding another sale, $3,600 over to Jordan there too. So congrats to Will.
Thank you for that. Thank you.
All right. Now we're at 152 likes. I'm still not wearing any masks, everybody. Not wearing a mask. But okay. Now we're ready to get everything started here for Michael. Michael's scores are now up to date and accurate. And it looks like Jordan's scores are up to date and accurate. Yes, Maureen, I can confirm what you're texting me in the chat. They look like they're updated to me. You just updated the total sales. Okay, she didn't add in the amount to the total. Yes, it was $850 for the pair, 2A and 2B. Dog approves. All right. Now I think, well, as soon as we get the screen changed to the clock on here, we'll start Michael's round. Yep. There we go. Now the price is accurate and the clock is up and running. Now we can start back to 1A all the way to the top here for Michael. And here we go.
Since you have the images, I'm not going to hold up the pages because they're right there already. So on this beautiful hand-painted final page to the series, I'll bring it down to $350. I sold several pages from the series while I was at OAX, and yes, $350 is something that it'll sell on the website, as someone said earlier. So, but I'm comfortable going down to $350 on this. Ding,
Yeah.
ding, ding.
Well, everybody knows Tom Smith worked a lot with George Perez over the years, so they had a good working relationship. It's a very nice piece. So $350 on that one, and we'll switch over to 1B.
So on the Galactus Surfer Commission, I'm happy to drop this down to 400, and in fact, that's what I had written down. But I'll even do 350 for tonight only. If someone is interested in picking up this really cool image of Galactus. And like Mike and Anthony, these are tonight prices. If things don't sell, they go back up to the regular original retail.
That is true. And I'll remind everybody, in the chat is a link that goes over to Michael's Calf Gallery, where you can see all of these images in much greater detail than we're showing them here. So it gives you an opportunity to kind of look things over while the show is still going on and claim a piece after you've seen them in full scans over there. So $350 on this one as well. So let's see, we got 2A, 2B, 3A, 3B all sold. So we're going to 4A.
Yep. 4A, again, first issue of this Avengers 2 miniseries, Wonder Man Beast, with this beautiful half-page splash. I will take this down to 600, a nice discount off of the asking price. Again, really cool imagery with Simon, with Wonder Man, and with the TV series coming out soon. These pages will start getting harder to find, one hopes. Anyway, I think it's really cool. 600 is the new price.
Agreed. So we got 600 on there. And next up is the one that I don't know how Marcus knew, but he knew. This Steph Johnson, Terry Austin, Wonder Man #1 page.
Yeah, beautiful. Like you had said, Bill, beautiful inks by Terry Austin. And he makes everything he touches even better. What's your best price, Michael? $650 is what I was going to lower this down to. $650 off of the 800. The starting point, again, you've got Goliath, you've got Wonder Man, and you've got supporting staff, and you've got LA. Who doesn't want LA in their art? $650.
All right. Well, $650 on this one. Very nice 4B artwork. So now we have a cover by Bagley and Dell.
Yes, a great fun cover, inked by John Dell over Mark Bagley. Tonight only, I'm going to drop this to $900, under $1,000 for a published cover by Mark Bagley. It won't stay there for very long if it doesn't go tonight, but here's your opportunity, folks. So $900 on the Bagley cover. And yes, Anthony, there will be other people to sell this to.
Yes, indeed. All right. So $1,000 on 5A, the Bagley Dell Heroes Reborn.
No, 900.
Oh, I'm sorry, 900. Shoot.
Yes,
that's why I'm just looking at what I wrote and I'm not listening anymore. All right, $900. Okay. You're right.
$900.
Okay.
This page, this was hard for me to pull and add for tonight. I will drop this down to 1,100. I'm more than happy to keep this in my collection. It was from the Dan Slott series. Dan's a client of mine, and I bought it in part because I just loved his run on the series. And I just Peter versus Doc, the improved Doc Ock, who's now in the body of a clone of Peter Parker. I mean, what else could you ask for? So 1,100.
I did like that the Doc Ock costume as well. We have a page, not by Stewart, but from this run that I really like as well. So good price. I understand why you'd want to keep it as well. If it doesn't sell, it won't go on the website. It'll just go back into your portfolio.
Yeah, that is correct.
All right. So 6A is next.
6A on the Jim Aparo. This was not an inexpensive page for me to pick up, so I'm happy to drop this down to 1450. Again, really nice page. That middle panel with Batman leaping to the aid of Creeper, really nice. The final panel is Batman is, dodging the attack. I just love it. And since I'm picking up the splash, it's not going to kill me to keep it. But for tonight, I would drop it to 1450.
All right, 1450 on 6A. We have 6B coming up next, and that is the Van Sciver Countdown at DPS.
Yep. Again, just beautiful artwork for any Flash fan out there. In particular, this is really great. That panel with him towards the bottom, beating up. It's fun all around. So, but for tonight, I'm happy to drop this down to 1250. Knock a couple $100 off of it for any motivated buyers, like Mr. Brucci, perhaps. Anyway, yeah, 1250.
Fantastic, and thank you, Nick, for helping us get over 150 likes. You definitely, if there was a merit badge for getting likes in the chat, you would earn that every time we have a show here. All right, so that was 6B, 1250. Then we have 7A next.
Great Bagley, Danny Mickey, Mighty Avengers double page spread with key characters. Dr. Doom, who's going to be a big deal in the MCU. Sentry, who I thought was fantastic in Thunderbolts Asterisk. And it's the fun of having Iron Man and Dr. Doom on the same page. This I'll bring down to 1500. 1500 would be the best I could do on this. I think it'll sell on the website.
I think it will too. It's a great page. Okay, 1500 on that one. 7B. Whoop, wrong one.
Not on mine. 7B sold.
That was my
Kaluta
forehead.
sold.
Yes, the Kaluta is gone to Astro Kids. We're over to 8A now.
So again, first appearance of Genisvel. I can bring this down to 1500. Unfortunately, I have a lot into this page, but I can certainly bring it down to that level comfortably. And it's always fun to pick up first appearance pages, and it's a fun character who I think they're going to be doing more with. At least that's what I've heard hinted at in the Marvel universe. So.
Well, Joe's a good guy. I had a lot of fun chatting with him on the last show, and we did pretty good for him. But yeah, I like his work a lot. So this is you got this one at $1,500, and yep. It's a good one.
Indeed, really, really great What If page from the original series. So it's from the 70s. We're talking nearly 50 years old. I can bring this down to 2,000. Again, I'm a big fan of the Invaders storylines. This is a great page for the history that's depicted, and so I can drop it to 2,000. Can't really drop it much further than that. Just a nice page that'll go back into the collection that doesn't sell.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, it's a great one. Historic on many levels.
Keith Giffen, issue 1 of the Baxter series. Great characters, great action. I can drop this to 2,200. I can knock a couple $100 off. But another page that I'm happy to hold on to if no one wants to pick it up. But this one perhaps I will list in CAF Live in a couple weeks. But I'm happy to knock a couple $100 off tonight.
All right, and it is oversized, 13 by 20. This one's $2,200, and 9B is and Michael Elpers. Hey, that's a good claim. Like you said, I said just a couple weeks ago, Malstead's inks on Giffen are perfection. I mean, they were a great pair together, and yeah, it's a really good pickup, Michael.
Congrats, Michael. Nice pickup.
Okay, let me remove that, and now we're over to the Brian Bolland.
Brian Bolland, I love this. I'm a huge fan of this version of Robin. And again, how often do you get a Bolland Batman image? So I'll knock 500 off. I'll go down to 4,000. But I kind of have to stay firm at 4. It's his stuff is just getting so expensive, and you're not going to find better Batman themed stuff out here. So
no, it's amazing. So 4,000 on that one is good, and so that is 9B. We've got 6 more pieces to recap here, and 10A is next.
So again, very first appearance of Blackfire, first panel appearance, and first appearance period, because she doesn't appear on the cover until next issue. 6,000. I'll bring it down to 6,000. I have actually a slew of pages from issue 22. I'm probably 10 pages away from putting the entire book together. So if it comes back, it comes back. What is it? Set it free. If it comes back, it's yours.
Exactly. Right. I mean, if you're that close, I'm just surprised it's even here. But no, that's
you can't own everything, Bill. You can't own everything.
You can't.
And I wanted to bring cool stuff for this show, and it's like, all right, a first appearance of a major villain in the Perez Wolfman Titans era. I mean, that's a cool piece.
Agreed. Anyway. All right, 6 on that one. So the Jusko.
Beautiful, like I said, kind of marriage of Jusko and Sienkiewicz. It is oversized as well in terms of the height, 20 inches tall. I can bring this down to 5,000. I got this in a trade, so I do have a little room there, but again, just a really cool, classic Moon Knight. I mean, just such a perfect Moon Knight image. What more could you ever want out of the character? So,
agreed. It deserves to be on the wall. That's for certain. And that is 5,000 for that one. Oh, back over to us again. We got 4 more to go. 11A for Michael is next, and here it is.
Again, really cool to be able to have a wraparound cover, and even though the front part is a stat, it's still a really neat piece. This thing is again almost 50 years old, 45 years old, and so I can bring it down to 4,000 for a 70s, 80s DC cover. That's a pretty good bargain. So really neat opportunity, and like I said, look, beautiful frame, great characters. 4,000.
All right, 4,000 on Michael's 11A. Next up, that Bagley Thunderbolts cover.
The Bagley Thunderbolts cover, so pretty, so pretty. I can do 5,000 on this for tonight. If it does not sell, it will go back up to 6, maybe higher, depending. I was just reaching for a price, and I thought 6 would probably be a good, nice, sweet spot. But really cool. So many characters, 24 villains, 5 heroes. Turning point in the Thunderbolt story if you were reading the series. So 5,000.
All right, 5,000 on 11B. 2 more to go. Next up is the Rainy piece. That was the yeah, that's amazing.
It's so beautiful. Good. Comes with the color guide, the painted color piece, which is so cool to get both of those together. And it's buried, so I could pull it out and show you. But 8,000 is the price that it was marked at when I bought it. So I'll bring this down to 7. But when I got this, more than a decade ago, it was selling for 8. So I think is a really good price for a really cool piece with lots of great Marvel characters. Thanos and Wolverine. I mean, what more could you want?
I agree. So 7,000 on this one with the
and look at the Spider-Woman. She's gorgeous. if you like that kind of thing. She's gorgeous.
She is. I always liked. Always had a thing for Spider Woman, but that's a great pose and all around fantastic wraparound cover. So for 7,000. So we have one more piece to look at. That was the Sienkiewicz. And this is and it's huge, 17.5 by 22.
Yeah, it's enormous. It's beautiful. It's such great work by Bill, and to be able to, again, that marriage of artistry with Neil Adams, who was simply a master, to be able for him to redraw and also utilize the Neil Adams elements, the homage that he did. 12,000 is the reduced price that I can do.
All right, 12,000 on the last one. All right, well, that's we made it through the recap on both sides of the screen. Let's see.
See, I told you it was insurmountable. I told you that Jordan had me well beaten.
Well, I mean, it's we don't have the Alpers add on there yet, do we? Right, 9A is not totaled in there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, you're at six sales with 57.75. But still a victory. I don't think we're going to squeeze another sale out before we end up things here tonight. But email addresses, let's get those back on the screen so we can remind everybody whom they are reaching out to this evening. Oh, and then Mr. DeTulio's throwing something in here. What is this? Matt is offering $57.50 on the Jusco Moon Knight and the Spider-Man Doc Ock page. And that one you were at 1,100, right, for the Spider-Man Doc Ock, and you were at 5 for the Moon Knight.
Okay, let's do it.
There you go.
Matt's a good guy, and he's given me some nice deals as well. So
I've said it before. Everybody wins. We make the sales we want to make, and our fellow collectors. That's why we tune in. We want to try and add some nice pieces. That's a good sale.
Indeed. And that was 5B and 11B going for a combined $57.50.
10B.
Oh, I'm sorry. You're right. 10B. Yeah. I'm my notes are going to be, I'm going to rewrite them for you, Michael. I'm sure you've probably got better notes than I do. You are a lawyer, but still, I should have done a better job on that one. So $57.50. Where does that put? Oh, I was just saying. Okay, Maureen's already got it added in there. So, what is that? Just $1,610 now separate the two of you. And congrats to Mr. DeTulio as well.
I'm just smiling if I could beat the connoisseur collector. That's a feather in my cap.
They weren't edibles, Marcus. It was truly just a marshmallow made by my daughter. But email addresses. Yeah, I know. I might take you up on the idea that you should make some for OAX next year.
You should have a lemonade type stand on the side. She will sell out instantly. She should make as much as she can. I'm telling you, she will make money. Oh, absolutely.
Well, that's we'll talk about it. Maybe there's some additional flavors we can throw in outside of the strawberry. But remember, everybody, email addresses for both of these gentlemen are on the screen. Don't wait till tomorrow. All that stuff. Email them right now. Let them know, and hit them with your mailing address too. Just kind of cut to the chase. They'll work out the payment details with you. And again, Jordan, Michael.
I sold some art.
Yeah.
There you go.
Look at that old goatee, white hair goatee I had on that.
I know a thing or two about that. but yes, congrats, Jordan. But always fun, guys, and I'm glad that. So this was a match that you could have had a little while ago, but we ended up having it tonight. So always great participation, and a reminder to everybody out there: we love doing the amateur shows. They're lots of fun. They bring in new buyers, and we get to see a little bit of diversity in the art that comes through. And so anybody who's ever, thinking about it, please reach out to me. My email address is bill@comicartfans.com. Be happy to kind of walk you through it. and yeah, and when you have time, we like to film memes too and have a fun show. So there's always something like that that's could be done if you're interested.
Yeah.
The Raging Jordan.
I didn't want to say this in the beginning. I do want to thank everybody who made claims for me. As Bill knows, basically I owe Bill money. I was one of the fortunate ones to get a claim from Bill, and basically the sales have covered what I owe him. And that's what I was saying throughout the show. It's a way for me to trade up to the page that I'm getting from Bill, and I'm happy all the way around. It's a great cycle all the way around. So thank you, everybody who made the claims. I met my goal. Bill get his money from me. Everybody's happy all the way around. Thank you, everyone.
There you go. And it's not me, it's Cap gets the money, but it flows through me. But yeah, thank you for that, Jordan. And again, Michael, lots of fun as always. You'll be at San Diego, right? I'm gonna be going, so I guess we'll get to see you next. Fantastic. All right, guys. Well, you have a great night. Everybody in the chat, thank you for your patronage this evening. This was a lot of fun, and we'll be back at it again next week with a different show. But yeah, have a wonderful evening, and thanks again.